now we've got some folks in the chat that are clamoring for Gary Patterson from TCU.
Wow. I don't know. Does he fit the culture here? I don't know. That's hard. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, you just hate to try to speculate, throw names out right
Yep.
now when it's a little premature. Like I said, you're not going to fire a coach in the middle of the season anyway, or while the season's still going on. So yeah, that discussion's for about 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, we shall see. Although it's been done a few times here. Texas Tech, USC, LSU, TCU. 4 times already at major programs making that decision mid-season.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at the Texas Tech situation. So they were 5-2. And then they lost to Kansas State 25-24. 1 point loss to Kansas State dropped them to 5-3. They fired Matt Wells.
Yeah, that's it's kind of strange, but sounds to me like there's something else going on behind the scenes there. So yeah. Yeah, but, unless you have something in place, you don't really. Unless you have a direction you're going for, it's kind of hard to make that decision, especially at a Big Ten school. When you have you have a young team too, that I think that would kind of shock to the system if he fired their head coach with 3 games left or 2 games left in the
season. Cheryl's asking about choking incident in the Michigan State game. I did not see that video. Do you know anything about that, Greg?
I do not.
Don't know anything about that.
Of course, I didn't even get to see much of that because all I saw of that was from the TVs inside the press box before I went down for pregame. So I didn't even know Michigan State had won until somebody told me. So.
Greg, for some reason your mic kind of popped and it dropped about half the volume level, and now there's a lot of hissing. So I don't know if you can do anything about that or not.
Let's just go. How about that?
It sounds about the same. I don't know what happened all of a sudden.
I'm just on the regular computer mic now.
Well, again, we appreciate everybody being here for Nebraska Live here. It's typically Tuesday night, but we made some changes this week, so blame me. I knew that with the college football playoff rankings coming out for the first time on Tuesday night, that will be the big demand on the main channel tomorrow night. So Greg was nice enough to change things up for us this week.
What do we got? Probably what? Georgia.
They're number 1 for sure. Yes.
Yeah, Cincinnati's got to be in there. Oklahoma got to be in there. Michigan State probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I would guess that the top 4 are going to be Georgia, Oklahoma, Cincinnati, Michigan State in some order, maybe that order. And then Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama are going to be right there.
Yep.
And then there's a bit of a drop off after that. Those seem to be the teams in the mix as we stand right now. Justin, appreciate you being here. We're not going to answer any Georgia questions on our Nebraska show. So join me anytime, Justin. We got call-in shows all over the place. I'll be on live later tonight.
What kind of questions would they have?
What's that?
What kind of questions would they have? They're sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, right now he's asking me about the starting quarterback spot. What did you take out of Saturday's game from the positive standpoint?
Oh, well.
Again, Jacques Yant, the guy we just mentioned.
Yeah. Luke Reimer had a career high 19 tackles. He had an impressive game. And they tried a new kicker, and he was very successful. Contreras, who came from Iowa Western, right down the road here in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and he looked good. So the kicking game, there was a nice punt. Um, they downed. They're inside the 5 yard line. So special teams might have been the highlight of the day. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of hard to, if you're handing out grades. I think the offense has got to get an F, and the defense I probably give about a C minus, but not quite all their fault. They did as much as they could. But Purdue came out with a great game plan and ran the ball. A team that I kept saying that to my fellow media members down on the sideline. I was like, for a team that's not supposed to be able to run the ball, they're running the ball pretty good. So yeah. But yeah, it was just hard to take away a lot of positives from that performance, and just kind of like when we opened the show up, it's just such a frustrating outcome for this entire fan base.
This situation is unlike any other situation of any program in the country.
Yeah.
There are programs underachieving right now. Florida State, Miami, Texas to a certain extent. Others that should be coming to mind. USC has been pretty bad this year, but those teams are for the most part looking the part week to week. They are losing. They are getting their butts kicked. But this just one score week after week. It's got to be a record if that continues through the rest of the season. Losing 9 games by one score.
Yeah, and right now, they're sitting at 3-6, and you've been the favorite in 6 of those 9 games this year so far, and you just can't break through. So it's just it's very, very strange to have a team this competitive that just seems to be behind the 8 ball when it comes to getting a W against a good team.
So they would have been an underdog against Oklahoma, Michigan State?
Actually, they were favored against Michigan State, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So
then they were an underdog in what other game?
What would that been?
Minnesota?
Yeah, I think it was Minnesota.
Okay. Minnesota, yeah. Michigan, and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they just played at the Vegas line, they're 6-3 right now.